Today, let's talk about containers.
Hey yo, this is Dash. Hey yo, this is Dash, and today we're going to talk about containers really quickly. So we're going to go over some of my favorite barbecue containers, or containers that I use to cook food in, to put food in for service, to give out to people, for deliveries, as well as for keeping the food items, specific food items, serving folks when I'm doing on-site cooking events, as well as containers for juices and things like that. So let's start by talking about the biggest container I use. This is an aluminum catering pan. So this is a full-size aluminum catering pan. Usually I'll get these from either Sam's or from the Restaurant Depot. Restaurant Depot sells this full catering pan in a box of 40 or 50, and your mileage may vary as far as your prices. At Sam's, they have recently changed from a pack of 15 to now a pack of 18, and they are about 10 bucks for that pack of 18. Next up is going to be, actually let's go here. This is more of a specialized item. This is a oval turkey roaster pan. They sell these square as well as oval. I go through a lot of these around Thanksgiving. Typically, I have to buy a box of these, which is either 40 or 50, and I buy one every about 2 years or so, and usually that's pretty much all I need. That box is probably about $35 for the 40 or 50. Next up is going to be a half catering pan. Now, one of the things with the half catering pan is the half catering pan sits and fits inside of a full catering pan. It is half the size of the full catering pan, and it is half as deep. Now, this is a shallow half pan. They do sell a full or a deep half pan that will fit all the way down to the bottom of the full catering pan. But when you're catering, and if you're using a chafing dish or a chafing rack, you're going to put water, and you'll have, see the little bit of gap in there, that's where you'll put your water, and you can warm that up. Now, one of the other things too with the half and the full catering pans, they sell lids. This is an aluminum lid. It's a gift and a curse. These lids do not hold moisture in very well. This is obviously for the half pan, and it fits on the pan very well, and you just fold the corners and the sides down. But what happens is, this would be better if I was transporting something. I will put a hard pan or a hard lid on it. These lids also are sold at Restaurant Depot as well as at Sam's, and they come in packs to match the number of pans that you get. Typically, whenever I'm catering an event, I tend not to use the hard lids, and I usually go with aluminum foil. I just wrap whatever it is I'm doing in aluminum foil. You can also write on these, here in the circle, or place a sticker to label whatever this is inside of this pan. And as well as the half pans, the lids come in the half pans as well as in the full pans. Now, I've never actually seen a lid for the oval pans. Not to say that they don't have them. Usually though, because the lids are typically flat, not domed, if I'm putting a turkey in here, it's much easier for me to use usually 2 sheets of aluminum foil. Now, if I'm selling or I have food more or less to go, I'm going to use one of these clam type. This is a 2-pound or a clamshell. Now, the good thing about this particular one is it closes, and it has a almost airtight closure. These do also stack on top of each other. I was able to pick these up at the Restaurant Depot. They come in a pack of like 200 or 250, and they are probably about $40 for a case of these as well. You can get something similar at like a Sam's or a Costco. The reason I don't get these at the Sam's or a Costco is because the ones that are at Sam's, like a to-go container, they're styrofoam. The The styrofoam is good, but the problem is it doesn't have as good of a airtight seal. Whenever you're using a to-go container like this, you really want it to have an airtight container or airtight seal, because it helps your food stay and last longer. So these come in varying different sizes. This just so happens to be the size that I use for my my business. And again, I believe this is a 2-pound or a 24-ounce container. They sell them as small as 12 ounce and as big as 32 ounce. Talking about on site, so if I'm on site and I'm making sandwiches, I can use one of two of these. These are like a hot dog tray or like a food basket tray. This is a 2-pound tray, and this is a 3-pound tray. What I found is this 3-pound tray is actually the go-to size if I'm trying to put like a brisket sandwich or a pulled pork sandwich or a pulled chicken sandwich in one corner, and then if I were to do like a combo and you could get like a bag of chips or some potato salad or some coleslaw or something like that, I can put that into the other side and they have one big carrying tray. You obviously can get these in also different sizes. I've seen these at Sam's as well as at Restaurant Depot, but these are always great. One of the other things too you can do with these is you can take a foil sheet and you can line this so you can put your food into that, so in case they don't eat all of the food that's in the tray, they have something to wrap it up with. So those are trays. Now, let's talk about sauces. If you've seen the video where I talk about the fat separator, you can see that video up there or over there. I can never remember which corner it is. But this is considered a souffle cup, right? This is a 2-ounce souffle cup, and I have them in black as well as I do like a translucent or a clear. And it doesn't matter which is which to me. There's certain things that might react to light, and that might be why you would want something a little darker than the other. But what happens is it has a top. These tops fit on the black as well as they fit on the clear. And these tops are what I take and I put. Let's say someone orders 2 pounds of brisket. I'll take and I'll put 2 pounds of brisket into the to-go container, and then I will put 2 ounces of au jus in the container. And when they go to reheat their food, that is where they will be able to do just that. Take some of the au jus, pour it over the brisket when you're warming it up. Bing, bang, good. Last in my personal containers that I use most frequently is this. This is a 8-ounce, just a regular 8-ounce container, and it also comes with a specific lid. These lids are, you can use them on the 8-ounce, the 16-ounce, the 32-ounce. So like if you go to a Chinese food store and you get like, I believe this would be a half pint and then a pint and then a quart. Like if you had iced tea in it or like a wonton soup or some sort of other liquid. Even if you go to like a pho, the noodles, if you were to take something to go, they would give you a container similar to this. For bigger catering events, I use these to transport the au jus because of the fact that I've spilled au jus in the back of my car. I've spilled juices from briskets and pork shoulder in my car. I don't want to do that, so I take the juices off of the meat for transportation, and I use these. Either I'll use this as, again, this is an 8-ounce container, or I might use a 16-ounce container so that I don't make any or have any spills in my car. The lids work with either any of the sizes because this is the standard size. They just get deeper. All right. So I think that pretty much sums it up as far as containers that I use. Of course, there's other ones that I have and I use from time to time that I might not have on hand right now. But I just wanted to make this quick and dirty video talking about certain tools and some of the tools that I use most frequently as far as containers go. This is by no means all of the containers that I have ever used. I've used other containers in the past, and I have settled on these specific. These are my go-to containers for when I'm selling food, either via Instagram, or if I'm during a dinner. Obviously, with the half pans and the full pans, I also use them while I'm cooking, and not only once the cook is finished as far as transportation. So if you have any other questions about these specific containers or tools, please let me know down in the comments. So let's try this again. It's subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give a thumbs up if you like. Bye.
Alright, so that was my daughter. She always wants to help whenever she catches me filming the video. So just like she said, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. If you like what you saw, if you learned something, please leave me a thumbs up down below. And leave a comment, if you have any other questions. And I'll see you next time.